Hello guys, welcome back once again to another pickup video. I got something I got cool to talk about before I start talking about pickups. A lot of stuff goes on around here, at the end of, beginning of school year, end of summer, a lot of different things going on. For me, for example, I have a fantasy football league I've been a part of with 3 years now. We pay money to play fantasy football. People I work with, it's a lot of fun. It makes a lot of fun banter at work, people talking smack and stuff like that. First year, I was the worst team in the entire league. I was horrible. So the trophy's actually named after me because I was so bad. We have a weekly worst score trophy, which is a horse's butt, and then we have a big, almost like WWE title they made this year for the highest score every week. And at the end of the year, whoever wins is going to have their, the year and then their team name etched on the side of it. But every year we have a meeting like the end of summer of any rule changes, and then we have everybody on board together draft. I mean, not on a computer or anything, but where we're basically at someone's place. He has a massive dry erase marker board, and we basically each have 2 minutes, and we go up and we write. We know which order we're in, and we go up and we write our pick, whoever that player is. It's a lot of fun doing it that way because we get to react when somebody picks somebody up, and it's kind of cool to see live reactions of people pick up and all that kind of stuff. So that's really fun actually to do it that way. In order to do like any kind of league like that, right? Like any kind of fantasy league, if you ever do one, you have to be really all in. Like you have to really pay attention to what's going on with all the teams and the players and the news, and that takes up a lot of my time, more at work than any place else. I'm 2-2 right now, basically in with everybody. Mostly everybody's 2-2 in our league right now. It's just like two people on the top above that, and then like a couple people at the bottom. But basically everybody's right there. And a lot of injuries affect a lot of people, so that's another reason of my time. But one of the coolest things that happened was 2 months before my wife's birthday. Jen was announced. My wife's a big Bryan Adams fan, always has been, and we found out that he's coming to do a concert in our area. Actually, ironically, 3 days after her birthday, he was going to have a concert. And it was the 30th anniversary Reckless tour because his Reckless album is 30 years old. Everybody would know that album basically from the single Summer of '69, right? Probably one of the most popular songs he's ever done. So it's cool. Like, hey, we get it for your birthday. We got the tickets. We went. And the cool thing is he started off by playing the entire Reckless album first. First song to the last song. And a couple things about songs and stuff, why he wrote them and stuff. And then he went on to do mainly the 90s stuff, because that's the most popular stuff, like Everything I Do For You from the Robin Hood soundtrack, and, like Song from Wake Up the Neighbors, all those 90 albums, stuff from that, the songs everybody knows. And then he played a couple of songs from his new album coming out here shortly. And I'll say one thing about his concert. It was awesome. My wife had a blast. That's all that matters, is she had a blast. I had fun too, but to me it was more important she had fun. And I will say, a lot of times when you go see, people you like, songs you like listen to, and you see them later, like 20 years later or whatever, in concert, and sometimes they don't sound the same. Well, in this case, he sounded exactly like he does in the album. Like there was no like voice drop or anything. He sounded exactly like it. And his concert was a lot of fun, which was really cool. So we did that, which was awesome for her. So let's get to my pickups. And ironically, half these pickups weren't planned. So the first one is Destiny, the Taken King for the PS3, which I almost really want to get the Taken King edition of the PS4. But it's one of those things about money. So I got the Legendary Edition here in Taken King, which basically what this means is you got the Destiny disc inside, and then all the DLC, The Dark Below, House of Wolves, and the Taken King are basically a single download code. And then there's also a pre-order weapon set, which is also in here as a download code. So that's basically what this is. It's just a regular price of what the original game was. And truthfully, I originally rented Destiny when it came out. And I had really not much interest in the game because so many people were hyping it up that I kind of had the opposite. When so many people hype something up, I kind of lose interest in it. Like, well, everybody's hyping it up. I just start not caring sometimes. So I rented Destiny when it came out, and it felt like Halo. I'm like, oh, cool, this is like Halo. And it just didn't catch me at the time. And it's sometimes that happens with the game where you buy it or whatever and you play it, you're like, I'm not feeling the game, and you put it aside, and then you come back to it later and you're like, wow, this is a good game. I wonder why I never really cared for this at the time. And one of the reasons why I changed my mind was two people who are on YouTube who mainly stream on Twitch, Professor Broman and King Gothalion, both play the game. That's all they basically play on Twitch for the most part. And watching them play that game and have fun made me realize, hey, I want to play that game. And so I bought it. And I've gone through, all the Dark Blow, all the House of Wolves DLC except for 2 arenas, which you get after you basically complete the missions. And I've almost beaten the Taken King. If you simply put this game simply, if you've never played Destiny, thinking about it, if you don't like MMOs, you will not like Destiny. Period. This is a shooter MMO. That's what this game is. So, for example, I have a legendary weapon, which is not the highest level weapon. The Zog weapons are the highest. In order to level this weapon up to be more powerful, I have to get spin metal, which is on Earth, and you kind of just have to grind for it. In other words, it randomly appears on the level, certain levels you're on, and you just kind of go around and kill the enemies, and you just got to wait for it to appear and pick it up. I have to get 16 of it 5 times in order to level it up. There's grinding to it, like an MMO. There are other things. There is multiplayer, PvP, PvE. There is raids, which, like, for example, the Taken King's boss is Oryx, and you raid with a bunch of people to beat him. And if you those kind of raids, you get like the really good gear in the game. And there's also like daily strikes and all kinds of different things to do. But if you don't, I'm not going to bore you with all the talk of it. But if you don't like MMOs, you won't like this game. Anyway, I'm gonna have fun playing it. This is what I basically played more or less for the last 2 weeks. And almost got my light level up to 260. 310 is the highest right now in the game. Now, this next game was not planned to get whatsoever. I always kind of keep track of Madden a little bit. Since I first played Madden on the Sega Genesis and played a lot of that game back then, that's when you could get like just crazy scores in that game because obviously it wasn't really realistic in any sense. The last Madden game I bought was Madden 25. Really had no intention of getting it this year, but Amazon had a really cheap sale on the 360 version, and my wife happened to see it. She goes, "Hey, you interested in Madden?" I go, "Well, if you want to buy it, I'll play it." She said she bought it. I said, "Cool." So Madden 16. It has the flaws of every Madden game if you ever played it. You can still do the D-pass. They changed a couple things I don't like. Like when if you're on the defensive or offensive line, to get around the guy, you kind of hit the button. If it turns green, you're kind of going to get around it. If it turns red, you don't. But basically, the biggest thing for Madden these days is called the Ultimate Team, which is basically a trading card game of Madden, which you open packs, you get better players, you can play against other players, or you can play against a computer, like in season stuff, to either grind enough to get packs of other players, or basically it's geared at you could just do microtransactions and get the better players. But either way, that's what that is. Anyway, it's Madden, and I enjoy it. This next one was actually the birthday gift my son picked up for my wife, and that was the Lego Jurassic World. Again, they both love the Lego games. Now, to understand this game is basically set on all 4 movies, not just Jurassic World. It has the Lego sense of humor in it. It does Lego sensitize the movie, so it's not exactly like the movie, Obviously, they made some changes to it, but it is Jurassic Park. It is Lego. Me and my wife did see this movie in theater, and it is my second favorite Jurassic Park movie. Jurassic World is. The first one will always be my favorite. I've always loved dinosaurs since I was a little kid. I always kept read about them, kept track of all the news. And when the original Jurassic Park was made, I was excited. And every time a new one comes out, I go see it. But I'm really excited they're making a sequel to Jurassic World, and they did really well. But I watched my wife and son play it. They're having a lot of fun with it. I can't play Lego games. I've said this before, so I enjoy just watching them play. And the last one is Super Mario Maker. I will say this. Me and my son, I think about 2 months before this game came out, and my Best Buy, they did an event for this game. Nintendo rep was there, or an area Nintendo rep. And basically, you go there, you could play a level. You stay in line, you play a level, you get some swag. I got like a Splatoon poster, an Ocarina of Time mask thing. I have that. One day I'll have to show that in a video. Anyway, and we both played this game, both played the level. We both loved it. It was funny the level I got because I just happened to get pure luck that all these guys are playing different levels and talking smack. They've been Nintendo fans forever, and they could beat levels really quick. And I happened to get lucky where I happened to jump the right places and go up and over and down the door. I actually beat the level really quick. It was one of those things where I did it really quick, and they were like, it wasn't that it was good. I just happened to do it quick. But if you are a Mario fan, this is simply the ultimate Mario game, and this is definitely a perfect game for Mario's 30th anniversary. Basically, you can create levels for Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Bros. 3, New Super Mario Brothers Wii U, and Super Mario World. People have made some crazy levels for this. There's infinite playability with this, with so many creator levels made. The fact they allowed the amiibos, so people did stuff levels for Zelda and Metroid and other stuff in the game, it is really cool. Really enjoying this game. It also has a really big ideal book inside. That's why this thing is so packed, is because of the ideal book. But having a blast this game, and simply put, if you're a Mario fan, you must get this. Man, I can imagine the fun or blast I would have with this game if I was a kid when this came out. This game is awesome. And I gotta create my own level, which I haven't done. People have created some insane levels for this. Really creative levels. One person created a level I played where you could basically just go through the craziness, or if you dropped straight down and ran across, you could get to the end. It just depended if you were the kind of person who did follow the way it's supposed to, or you're the kind of person who's curious. And I was curious, well, what would happen if I drop off the edge here? Because it seemed like it was going straight down, and I could ran across and got to the end. But really great game. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't played it or interested in more, just watch YouTube videos or watch someone streaming on Twitch or YouTube Gaming. It is really an awesome game and really a lot of fun. So guys, that's all my games for now. I don't know why I said videos. Games for now. I'm going to try to get some scheduled videos again. So expect another video by the end of the week, guys. And thanks for watching like always. And I'll make another video soon. Laters.